Parker Palmer, founder and senior partner of the Centre of Courage and Renewal, is a world-renowned writer, speaker, and activist who focuses on issues in education, community, leadership, spirituality, and social change. He's reached millions worldwide through his 9 books, including Let Your Life Speak, The Courage to Teach, A Hidden Wholeness, and Healing the Heart, Democracy. Parker holds a PhD in sociology from the University of California, Berkeley, as well as 11 honorary doctorates, 2 Distinguished Achievement Awards from the National Education Press Association, and an Award of Excellence from the Associated Church Press. My first question: what is Palmer's philosophy of education?
Told earlier a little story about a doctor who, in one of these safe spaces, said, the healthcare system I work in has me right on the edge of violating my Hippocratic Oath 2 or 3 times a week. Well, part of what he was doing, even in his 40s, was getting in touch with the fact that there's a voice of truth within himself, an identity and integrity that is not wholly owned by the system he works in or by the profession to which he belongs. And as he allows, and as we help him find that soulfulness, that truth claim, that voice of integrity, he's in a better position to pull himself and the profession he loves and the institution he loves back to safety.
How do we not succumb to this self-protective institutional logic?
Why is it that we keep allowing institutions to become the worst enemies of their own missions? Well, it's partly because we are wholly owned by the institutions we work in. We don't want to get crosswise with them because we feel that if we do, we will somehow lose our sense of worth and purpose. It's partly about losing our livelihood. It's partly about getting fired. But I think for many people, that's not really the root of the problem, not the real reason that they fail to stand up to and challenge the institutions in which they work. I think the deeper reason is that these institutions become our source of identity. I don't know who I am if I'm not being a doctor or being a teacher or writing a book. I have forgotten the fact that I have a being that comes before my doing.
How did the culture of that time influence his philosophy? When Palmer was carrying out his studies, he found that the education system was using a top-down model, which meant there wasn't effective teaching taking place. The top-down model keeps students in a rigid vision, keeps them separated from each other. Students have judgmental relationships and perceived differences. Palmer's philosophy of education involves sharing ideas and inquiries to cultivate collaborative learning. He believes that creating a circle of shared inquiry allows more student interaction and permits effective teaching. When the circle of shared inquiry is practiced, at any moment you do not know who will lead the inquiry. It allows the opportunity for a student to see more clearly into the topic than the teacher. It promotes a communal effort, influences collaborative thinking, resource sharing, problem solving, and identifies questions that nobody has thought of. How does this philosophy have relevance to my context? I'm currently teaching technology, materials technology, wood, where these are subjects where a student must be familiar with the design process. The design process plays a very important role in a student's understanding how to design a project. There are 6 stages: analysis of the brief, key considerations, investigation, development design ideas, choosing solution, and evaluation of solution. The process is very similar to Palmer's circle of inquiry, whereby the students' design ideas and considerations are constantly interlinking. From my experience as a teacher, I found that cultivating ideas in the classroom creates effective learning and teaching. This gives an opportunity for the teachers and students to work collaboratively to create the next woodwork or technology project.